Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and I'm here with Tom Cram of Digitech DOD at Sweetwater's GearFest Online 2023. Huge thank you to Sweetwater for having us all here. And before I forget, if there's anything in the world that you want, please consider using the affiliate link in the video description. It's a great way to support the channel doing things that, let's be honest with ourselves and each other, you were probably going to do anyway. How are you feeling, Tom?
I'm doing great.
So we're going to play a game called Overrated, Underrated, which if you've watched or listened to the podcast, you might be familiar with. I did steal this idea from Pitchfork. You can't own it. Can't own that idea. It's just a fun idea. So myself, Blake from the Tone Mob, and Joan of Heart are going to come in, and we're going to ask Tom, is something overrated or underrated? How afraid are you on a level of 1 to 10?
I'm a little nervous.
You shouldn't be. This is easy.
I try not to expose my opinion to the public, so this could be weird.
All right. My first question is seatbelt guitar straps, overrated or underrated?
Never even tried one.
Ooh, darn. Should I go with what's my backup going to be? Leather guitar straps.
Love them. Rated, perfect.
Perfectly rated?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you get the right one, they grip on your shoulder. And I'm an SG player, so it helps prevent any neck dive.
So you would probably find seatbelt guitar straps overrated. They're very slippy, slidey.
I don't like the slippy, slidey stuff.
Overrated.
Overrated.
All right. I'm going to hand it off to Blake. We're just going to keep doing this.
All right. Tom, what is happening, my dude?
Answering questions. Try not to get in trouble.
All right, this one's going to get you in trouble one way or the other. So, Stratocasters.
Oh, totally overrated.
Thank you, my friend. All right. Totally overrated. Why do you think that?
So it's weird because when I'm recording in the studio, I'll play a Strat, and I'm like, this may be the perfect guitar, because of course you can get a zillion different tones. Mm-hmm. Then I play it live, and I'm like, this is the biggest piece of crap I've ever played in my life. For some reason, I can't get it to translate live at full volume how I am able to use in the studio. So I dig them. I never use them.
Gotcha. Well, if you're an SG player, typically a Strat is it's just going to feel a little thin no matter what you do.
They hang. I know they have the cutaways, so they're supposed to tuck in and all that kind of stuff, but I find that weird. I don't know.
For some reason, for me, even though I'm more of a Les Paul guy, I just have always found Strats, while I love the sound and I do enjoy playing them, like, just being totally honest, I just don't really like looking at them most of the time.
So it's for So there's also the little things too. So the little things kind of add up. So if you're a Les Paul guy,
yeah,
I'm a Gretsch guy and a Les Paul guy. I'm used to my pickup selector being right here.
Totally.
And just the very fact you have to reach back, even though it's closer to your hand, the thought process is totally ass backwards.
I don't have to think about it with a Les Paul.
Yep.
It's just, yeah. So, all right, we're on the same team. I like it.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Joe.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. I have a over or under for you.
Okay.
All right. Effects on vocals. Overrated or underrated?
I'm underrated. Because how many people can you think of that actually? So Perry Farrell does it. Gibby from Butthole Surfers does it.
Oh, I love Butthole Surfers. Nice.
They have the racks on stage they're manipulating, but who else can you think of?
Not many, and I think it needs to
underrated.
kind of more have to come and do that.
But it's tough though. It's tough to be able to run your mic into an effects rack on stage with all that volume and stuff and still keep it under control. But yeah, underrated. Effects on vocals, awesome.
Which would be your favorite?
Favorite effect? Oh boy, delay.
Yeah, delay for days.
Yep.
Mine too.
Delay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Tom, overrated or underrated? Encores.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Just play your. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Play
Absolutely.
your shit. Get off stage.
Yeah.
But that's the punk rock upbringing on my thing. Is you get on stage, you rip it, and you get off.
I once heard someone call it like peekaboo for adults.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's kind of gone the sort of way.
It's like a game too that everyone participates in, even though they know it's kind of a weird game.
Yeah, I remember. I think bands are getting away from it. I saw Big Thief the other year, and they just didn't do an encore. And like you kind of figured they weren't going to do it just because of like how they ended it. And I've seen that a few times since, and I gotta say, I like it. I don't like waiting around. You can fit another song in where you normally put an encore. I get it if you've been playing for like a couple hours and you just need to go to the bathroom. Hope you wash your hands after,
Yeah.
but it's kind of harder to sneak away for that kind of thing. Yeah.
So where I guess it gets weird is, what about intermission? What do you think? I'm gonna ask you. Intermission, overrated,
it's-
underrated?
If it depends on the length of the show. If it is like a 3-hour Bruce Springsteen thing, I wouldn't mind a little intermission. But at the same time, it's like not enough time for like everyone who needs to like go to the bathroom or get a beer or whatever. Do that. I don't know. I'm a fan of going to pee when you need to, and maybe just going before the show.
So you wait for the song you don't like, then you hit the head, and then
Yeah. I mean, I think when I saw Nick Lowe with Elvis Costello during Nick's set, I kind of had to go, and I was like, and he's like, and I'm handing it off to my backing band. I'm like, perfect. All right. They were great. No, don't get me wrong, but yeah, just like choose your moment, and then the line won't be as long probably either, unless it's everyone's least favorite song. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Thank you. All right.
I was gonna do something else, and then I just realized I need to ask you this instead. Overrated or underrated? The Neil Sean salami trick.
What's that?
I don't even know what that is.
You don't? Neil Sean, I've seen photos of this, so it's as close to confirmed as I could say. Well, like, I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but he keeps a tray of salami backstage to put his left hand in before playing to aid in the swiftness of the notes.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. I had no idea. Because they have fast fret you can do.
Yep.
It probably kind of does the same thing.
I would think so.
With a far less smell and probably
but then you don't get the neck grease
less
on the back.
less salmonella, I would think.
Well, it's cured meat, so it
Oh,
should
yeah,
be,
that's
it should be
true.
okay.
That's
Yeah, it
true.
should be all right.
I'm not even sure how to overrate or underrate. I'm just saying that it's got to be overrated, right? Because that sounds freaking gross.
And he also supposedly got that trick from Wes Montgomery. So
oh, really?
yeah, that's legend. But it's legend with Wes. I've seen photos of Neil's salami tray, and he's talked about it publicly before. So yeah,
That's a first for me. I had no idea.
well,
Maybe I should try it before I knock it.
I was gonna say, don't knock it till you tried it, right?
We should have Emily's face right there. That should have been on camera, because that was an excellent reaction.
Nasty.
I knew that was gonna be your face too. That's why I had to do it. I mean, yeah.
The salami tray.
And for those, come on.
Get out of the chair.
So, my thought was salami trick was going to be like a cucumber thing from Spinal Tap.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't. I am glad it wasn't. However, that's nasty, man. Because even if it's cured meat, even if it's not salmonella, that's still spoilable food. I've seen moldy sausage. Also a great band name idea.
So from what I understand, to swing it back to the practical, from what I understand, the fast fret stuff is just linseed oil.
Yeah.
So for viewers at home,
I love fast
it's
fret.
just linseed oil. Just use linseed oil.
So, fast fret.
Fast fret.
Overrated, underrated.
Underrated. I like it.
I would agree. It's just, it makes the strings feel better longer.
It makes them last longer too, I think.
I think so too, yeah. All right, well, that was nasty. I'm sorry you didn't see my face, but just know it was something like,
Yeah, that was close to it, but it was a little more genuine.
yeah. No, I can't. Because now I'm smiling and laughing, but that was nasty. Okay. We need a palate cleanser, Joe. Let's do it.
Pineapples on pizza.
Oh,
Overrated or underrated?
Overrated. I think it's. I said it earlier. Pineapples on pizza, abomination. Abomination. Ham, great. Pineapple, great.
Sweet and savory though.
Not together.
Sweet and savory.
I don't like pineapple Hawaiian
right, so
pizza. So
what-
my wife loves Hawaiian pizza. So you can imagine that
Oh,
on pizza
no.
night, there's some discussion.
So what is your favorite topping?
Okay, this is gonna sound weird because
I've had some
I'm a
weird
traditionalist.
pizzas,
I'm a
so-
traditionalist. I love a good pepperoni pizza, especially when the pepperoni gets sliced and kind of crispy on the
Oh,
on the
I know
edge.
those
Oh
ones. Those
yeah.
are pretty good.
But there's a pizza place in town called The Pie in my hometown,
Okay.
and they have a pizza. And don't hold this against me because it sounds terrible, but it's a chicken ranch pizza. But I don't like ranch at all. But on this pizza, it is amazing. So that's chicken ranch with artichoke hearts. Oh baby, that is.
Yeah, I have something similar, and it's kind of weird. I've had pickles and ranch pizza. And I don't really like ranch, but it was damn good.
So pickles too?
Pickles
Interesting.
and ranch pizza. It was pretty good.
I would eat that.
I never would have thought of it either, but I did. I saw it on the menu and I was like, yes, I'm going to try that once. And yes, it was pretty good.
So the pie also has a buffalo ranch pizza that is good too.
Nice.
So, and that's another combination I would never have thought on a pizza. So
I love
normally
that.
I don't like the like exotic pizza things. I'm a traditionalist, but the pie does it right.
All right.
Yeah, Joe just stole every question that Blake asked on his podcast. So you heard it here first. Feuding. Big feud. Big fist fight off stage right now. Off stage. So my overrated, underrated is Mulder and Scully dating on the X-Files. Like shipping that as a couple.
I think that's overrated because I was a huge X-Files fan early on, and it kind of got to the point where I was tired of it, and it felt very much to me like a ploy. I don't know. I like the idea of not just Mulder and Scully, but like a Law and Order. I can't remember who it was, but real platonic.
I do too.
Healthy relationships.
SVU, Christopher Maloney and Mariska Hargitay's
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Olivia Benson and Christopher Maloney. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think that's lacking in shows. You don't have to ship everything. Like sometimes you can have that friend dynamic. Sometimes you can have that mentor-mentee dynamic without it being romantic.
Yep,
One of my
I
favorite
agree.
things that 30 Rock did was there was an episode that was like a Valentine's Day episode or something, and instead of being like romantic between Jack and Liz, it was like, I should have made the show with you, and they come together. It's like the whole it's the whole thing, but it was just like a joke about that. But it's too much.
30 Rock was great though too, because even I loved. This is gonna sound terrible, but I loved Liz's dysfunctional relationship with her boyfriend. Well, 30 Rock was great just because it was freaking funny. But I also like the weird dynamic of Liz being a professional. A quasi put together woman that still had a blind spot when it came to her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was horrible.
Dennis.
But I thought they treated the male female dynamic in that show really, really well.
Yeah.
Even though it was an absurd show, they treated some of that stuff realistically, which is good.
Yeah. My favorite Dennis quote was, "Technology is cyclical." All right, I think we can get one more from Blake. If Blake is interested in doing one more. I know all your questions were stolen.
I know.
Can you do one more?
I can do one.
One more.
All right.
One more cue, and then we gotta go.
Okay. So Dunlop was only going to give you 4 minutes, but I didn't ask them yet, so I think we can get more time.
So your Hawaiian pizza question got stolen from
The whole
you.
thing got jacked. I don't understand what's happening, Joe. Ugh, this is my one thing that I have. This is the
She's
one thing.
jumping your train.
I have a career built upon this. I have to feed my family based upon this one question, and she swoops in and steals it with no consideration. But I'm going to ask you something else.
Okay.
Ready? I could go a couple different ways with this, but I'm going to go more guitar. Again, to see if we're on the same page. Wah pedals, overrated or underrated?
Well, right now, they're underrated. They kind of fell out of fashion for a while, but I think they're cool. I love wall pedals.
I think they're very cool when someone else uses them. When I use them, I can't make anything that resembles anything that I would want to hear for whatever reason. It's
So
just terrible.
a lot of guys use them kind of, they do the typical waka 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 thing. That's overrated.
Okay.
I like to use them as an accent, especially on solo stuff. Make a note poke out. Also, an underrated, very underrated use of the wah is to find feedback. I mean, you can sweep through until you find that sweet spot, and all of a sudden you start feeding back.
That's true.
So it's like a manual. I
was going to say that's what I use the freak out.
Yeah.
For. All right. Cool.
But so yeah, right now they're unpopular, but I still love mine.
All right. Underrated. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would say they're properly rated. I just can't use them. But maybe I need to try that trick. I have a Jimi Hendrix wall laying around somewhere.
It's almost like all your ills are solved by
what's happening?
volume.
Oh no, what's happening?
Oh, look who's
no,
here.
what's happening? Oh no, what's
Continue.
happening?
What you doing?
We're doing underrated, overrated, and we were just talking about wah pedals. Wah pedals.
You are both.
I am underrated and overrated.
You were underrated for a while, and now you have a chance to be overrated again.
I like
you
it.
were never. This guy builds ridiculous things. You know that.
It's right there. We've seen them.
Ridiculous things.
Yeah.
There's not anything that's not brilliant. And I'm not saying that because he's paying me. Please pay me. But I mean,
As he gently touches the.
Yeah, he caressed my.
By the
caressed
way,
my
this
thigh.
is going to cost you some money.
how much?
We'll talk about that later.
What's underrated and overrated?
So we're talking about WAS. In your opinion, WAS underrated or overrated?
In general,
Yes.
overrated.
Overrated.
I'm
And
with
why
you.
is that?
Kind of.
Fun, but takes up too much space, and you're in one position on the stage. Can't really. And Kirk Hammett.
Go Sonic.
Sonic. Limited. Depending on the style. I don't know. It's. I love playing it. I love the cocked one. I said cocked.
That's fine.
Sorry.
I think you said fuck earlier.
I did say. I swore a couple times. We're good.
These kids. I can't be around these kids.
I'll bleep it with meows later.
I love a cocked sound, but I'd probably rather have some kind of EQ that you step on and you really get
Sure.
it in the right position.
Okay, I'm with you.
I like it.
I like playing them. It's fun. Did a huge wah shootout.
I was talking to a guy yesterday who was discussing the very same thing with the whammy, the physicality of using the wah or physicality of using the whammy. There's something to it. When you're trying to grab that thing, you want to be able to be all in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that.
The whammy I can utilize. Like for whatever reason, it's just the wah, like I'm just like as soon as it's like wah, I'm like, so what? Stop it. I don't know what I'm doing with
Well,
it.
try to use it like I said. Try to use
Yeah.
it to grab some feedback because it's a cool tool that way.
Envelope filter. I'd probably rather have a good envelope filter that I can control rather than a wah, because then I don't have to concentrate on what I'm doing here. And just did a really complex envelope filter, and it actually had, for the typical envelope, other than the other shit that it did, very responsive. But I had Q, frequency, depth, all that stuff, and
yeah.
I could really dial in exactly what I wanted from it, and that's fun.
And then it's on or off whenever you need it.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm with you.
Emily?
You got one more?
No, I'm just gonna cue us out.
Okay.
Thanks so much for watching. Please again check out the affiliate links in the video description. Thank you again to Sweetwater. Thanks to Tom. To Henning. Thanks to Blake. They're already out there. Thanks for watching. You look great today. Thanks for understanding. My name is Emily. Goodbye. Oh, and
I'm Tom.
I'm Emily. Am I Emily?
Whatever you want to be, man.
I want to be Emily.
Hello.
All right. Bye, everybody.